Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about what I feel is the best webcam for Skype lessons and Skype calls on the market, at least as far as consumer grade products go, and that is the Logitech Brio 4K webcam. So this webcam is actually what I'm shooting with right now. As you can see, it provides a pretty clear picture. The picture is pretty colorful and the exposure isn't horrible as far as Logitech cameras go, which I'll talk about that more in just a second. But the main feature as to why I think this is the best webcam for Skype lessons is because this is a 90-degree field of view webcam, which most webcams are 78 degrees field of view or less. So it's a wider field of view without having a fisheye effect. And the reason why I think that this is very helpful is because this camera can be mounted right behind your laptop or your computer and be pretty close to you, and the computer can be pretty close to you, which makes it makes for a very natural teaching environment, in my opinion. It's very intuitive because my laptop is literally right here and I am now touching the camera. It's this close to me. If I was using something like a C920 or C922, which I actually have one right above me for the top-down view, it would have to be another 1.5 feet back or 2 feet back. And then my laptop would be in front of it. So either the laptop would have to be well out of way where I'd have to like lean forward to type awkwardly, or it would be in the shot and it would kind of break the immersion or it would block part of me. And I just think it's not ideal. This webcam can be pretty close to you while still getting a nice field of view and seeing the whole keyboard, seeing the whole instrument. Works great probably for any instrument. And I definitely recommend it over any webcam that's going to come in your device, unless it's, if you're using a computer, if you're using a Mac, if you're using a PC or desktop, this is really the way to go in my opinion. As far as drawbacks to this webcam goes, first is it's a little expensive, usually about $150 to $200. So it's one of the most expensive webcams on the market. And the other webcams are kind of a fraction of the price, but I think if you're teaching Skype lessons, or if you're a student who's very serious about showing the maximum possible detail, you really don't have another choice other than this particular webcam. Another drawback is that it's a Logitech camera and it uses the Logitech right light exposure. The right light appears to expose multiple parts of the shot differently, and you lose that when you just expose manually. So if I were to, like for example, I have this bright light behind me here, and as you can see, it's a little overexposed. If I were to manually set the exposure to where that light looks right, the rest of the image would be pretty dark and the frame rate would suffer, and it's just not ideal. So I recommend leaving the right light on, and just don't put any bright lights like this right behind your shot. I would just have them out of shot, or have a opaque cover over it, or something that's going to block more light than that does. Or just live with it like I do, it's fine. Another thing is the autofocus is a little finicky sometimes, and you can disable it. The Logitech webcam software I'm not really a huge fan of. I'm not using any webcam software right now. I'm just literally plugging this in and it works. As far as my setup goes, I have this plugged into a MacBook Pro, and I used it on Windows laptops and everything fine, but it works very well on Mac, which I'm very happy to say because not a lot of stuff works well on both platforms. So that's something to take into consideration. If you have a Mac and you're not happy with the terrible webcams that come in all the Macs, this is definitely the way to go. That's pretty much all I have to say. I'll put a link in the description below, and if you click through the link, it gives me a little bit of a commission if you actually end up buying the webcam. If you're looking for something that is not so expensive, that's still a decent webcam, I recommend the C920 or the C922 or anything from that series, and I'll also link to my preferred option for that as well. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Bye.